There is a certain type of man who is going to waste your time, who is not going to put a label on the relationship, who is not going to truly claim you as his, where he's not going to fully commit to you. He is going to waste your time. He's going to keep you in relationship purgatory. You're going to continue to guess and feel anxious, not truly knowing what is going on. And this is an emasculated man. This is a type of emasculated man. And there is a reason that such a man is coming into your life. There is certain things that you are doing or not doing that is attracting this kind of man. And in this video, we're going to talk about exactly what that is, what you need to do to not attract this kind of man, and also ensure that when you do attract a good man, that he does lock you down, that he does claim you, chooses to be with you, fully commits to you. Before we get into it, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Zach Grody. I am here to lead you into creating the relationship of your dreams using your feminine energy and what I call feminine communication to inspire a man into cherishing you. If you've not yet subscribed to this channel, make sure you do that below, hit the notification bell, and be sure to like this video because, of course, I'm going to make sure it's a very good one for you. So, what a man is supposed to be doing, a healthy masculine man. So he goes out on dates with you, and he is essentially vetting you. He is trying to make sure that you are the right woman for him. He is not going to waste your time, and he's certainly not going to waste his own time. His time is very valuable. So he wants to figure out as reasonably quickly as possible, is this the woman for me? Is this the woman that I want to be with? Is this the woman that I want to commit my time, my resources, my energy to? And if it is, then he is going to put a label on that relationship. He's going to say, we're together now. He's going to make you his girlfriend. And then also not just stop there, because it's another issue is a man will stop there and then nothing else happens. He's going to continue to lead things forward to a lifetime commitment of marriage. Now, unfortunately, especially today in 2026, there are a lot of men who do not do that with women. They waste their time because the man's time is not particularly valuable either. And so he will see you, he will continue to date you, he will sleep with you, which, by the way, you should never be doing outside of a committed relationship. That's one of the ways that you can avoid these types of men. He will certainly sleep with you, but he will not put a label on the relationship. He will not say, you're mine now. We are together. We are exclusive. We're monogamous. He will not lead things forward in that way. And that kind of man, his masculine instinct is not fully online. Because when a man's masculine instinct is online, he is focused on his mission. He is focused on his purpose. He is focused on not wasting time. He is focused on operating in integrity. He is focused on finding, well, one of the things he's focused on is finding a woman to be with, assuming he has the financial resources to properly take care of her. So that's a healthy masculine man. But when a man is not in his healthy masculine energy, let's use myself as an example, not the self I am now, but the self I was 11 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. I was the kind of man that would absolutely waste a woman's time. And I would try to sleep with a woman relatively quickly. And I would certainly not put a label on whatever this was. I would want to casually date her, want to continue to be friends with her, want to enjoy our time together, but I wasn't focused on actually leading anything forward in any kind of way. You want to avoid men like the old me. You absolutely want to avoid those types of men. And the unfortunate reality is a lot of them are very charismatic. A lot of them can be very attractive in many different ways. And that's what makes them so enticing. But they are going to waste your time. How do you avoid these kinds of men? There's a few things that you can do. Number one, like I said before, do not sleep with a man until he has fully claimed you, until he has put a label on the relationship, until he has demonstrated true commitment to continuing to lead things forward, until he has demonstrated that he is fully capable of taking care of your heart, your feelings, You've shared your feelings many different times. He's responded well to it. And ideally, you wait actually until lifelong commitment, until marriage. But I know I'm not going to be able to convince everybody of that. So if you wait, you're going to typically screen out men who are not actually serious about a relationship. Think about it this way. If a man really wants to be with you, if he really truly values you, and assuming, of course, that he has options, right? Because you want a man with options. You don't want a loser who has no options whatsoever. You're not going to be very attracted to that kind of man. But assuming that a man has options, you're choosing not to sleep with him. He is going to want to wait, not necessarily want to wait, but he will choose to wait because you're worth it. Because he sees waiting as well worth it because he values you so much. Now, I'm not going to get really into it in this video. I have spoken on it in other videos. When I'm talking about a man waiting, I don't mean you setting boundaries. You saying, no, we're not going to sleep together. I wait until X amount of time, whatever. If you create any kind of wall with a man, any kind of boundary, now he has to submit to that. Masculine men do not want to submit to a woman. They're not wired to do that. They're wired to step up and protect a woman's heart from himself, from his own decisions. And so if you get really vulnerable, you use feminine communication, you share your fear, you share your other feelings that are coming up. A man who believes that you are worth it, who really values you, he is going to choose to wait to protect you, to ensure that you're feeling fully ready before making that decision, especially if you explain all the reasons for your fears, for what is coming up for you, for the feelings that are coming up for you. Yeah, he's going to want to wait. A man who is much more, we'll call it casual, who's not like marriage minded, who's not truly commitment minded, he's not going to want to waste that time, right? Because to him, waiting is going to be a waste of time. Assuming that he has options, right? He's going to find a woman who's easier. Why would he wait months with you when he could find Sally over there who's willing to sleep with him after a few dates? And see, one of the reasons I know this and why I know so much about dating and relationships and men, I know myself and I know the old me. I know the old me before my masculine instinct was online, and I know the new me as well. And I know as soon as it was really obvious that I would be waiting quite a while before sleeping with a woman, I'm not wasting my time. I'm moving on. Except this actually never happened, but if I found the woman that I wanted to be with, say my wife, who I've been with for a decade, I know that I would have waited. I know I would have waited for quite a long time. I wouldn't have necessarily been extremely happy about it back then because my masculine instinct wasn't fully online. So she would have had to be really, really vulnerable to communicate what was coming up for her in a way where I would want to step up and wait for her and do it as an act of devotion. But I know I would have waited. Why? Because I knew she was the one. She was the one that I wanted to be with. And I'm not going to throw that away just because I want to sleep with her relatively quickly. You see how that works? So you have to really look at yourself and see how much you truly value yourself, how much you really believe in your value. Because the problem for a lot of women is if you don't believe deep down that you are really valuable, that your heart is unbelievably beautiful to a healthy man, then you are going to sleep with a man way too quickly, typically. Because you think, oh, a man would never wait for me. Because you're seeing a lot of your value through sleeping with him instead of seeing it more intrinsically just through who you are, through your heart, through your feelings, through your femininity. And that's communicated to the man. So he's going to pick up on that low self-worth that you believe you have. Now, of course, you could also, we're talking about behaviors here. So you could choose to not sleep with a man. You still have relatively low self-worth, but you're just choosing, I'm not going to sleep with a man, maybe for religious reasons or whatever reasons. That's not a cure-all magic bullet. He's not going to feel that you have full self-worth. because it's the self-worth that is creating that behavior. Typically, it's not that behavior that makes you have self-worth by default. You see how that works? So just choosing not to sleep with a man is not enough, because you could choose to not sleep with a man, and then where's all the masculine men? They're still not coming. Where are they? Right? Or, the men that I do attract that I want to be with, why are they not willing to wait? Why is no man willing to wait? And then you start to believe, okay, men are just not willing to wait. I guess this is pointless. Well, the problem is not the men. I mean, men are part of the problem, but the bigger problem is you and how you are showing up, and most importantly, what you believe about yourself. You're always going to be creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. So if you believe that you are not fully worthy of waiting for, then a man's going to pick up on it. You have to truly believe it. You can't just take the actions. You have to shift your feminine self-worth in so many other ways. How are you going to do that? Well, you have to learn how to communicate vulnerably. You have to use feminine communication. You have to learn how to fully be with your feelings. You have to learn how to fully love all of your feelings. You have to stop fawning. You have to stop controlling. You have to stop enabling him with mothering patterns. You have to stop doing all of the things that are communicating low self-worth, and you have to choose to do it not to get the man, to attract the man, to have him see you as valuable, to have him not be reactive to you. You're not doing it for any of those reasons, because that would be manipulative and it's not going to work. You're not going to shift your self-worth that way. You have to shift these patterns for you, because you know that you are worth that. You know that you shouldn't have to control anything for a man to want to take care of you. You know that you don't need to initiate anything for a man to want to be with you. You know that you don't need to spend money on a man or split bills or anything like that for a man to want to be with you, right? So the act of shifting all of these patterns starts to shift your self-worth little by little. One of the patterns being, don't sleep with a man too soon. And once you've shifted all these patterns to a sufficient degree, over time, your self-worth is going to come more and more online, and a man's just going to feel that. And the more that he feels that, this is a self-fulfilling prophecy. When you believe that you are fully worthy, I don't mean intellectually, I don't mean superficially, I mean deep down. When you truly, truly believe that, that inner reality is going to be reflected in your outer reality by men stepping up, attracting much more masculine men, you inspiring the best from the men that you do attract. If you're not inspiring the best from men that you are attracting, or if you're not attracting really healthy masculine men, if you are single, if you're not in a really healthy, amazing, polarized relationship with a masculine man who is taking care of you, cherishing you, being affectionate with you, leading you, taking care of you in all the ways that you need, then you know that there is a self-worth issue. There is a self-worth issue, because that inner reality, the outer reality, is not reflecting what you think the inner reality is. So the inner reality is actually off. You do have self-worth issues that need to be shifted. And the good news is you can shift them. You just need to know how. It all comes from shifting all of these patterns and then learning how to be with all the feelings that come up when you do. If you would like help learning how to make these pattern shifts, learning how to be with yourself fully, learning how to inspire a man into taking care of you, I would love to speak with you on a discovery call. To get that call, it's free. Go below this video, open up the description, click on relationshipyourdreams.com, watch the video on that page. If it resonates for you, fantastic. Book that call. I'll see you there. We're going to have a wonderful time. That is it for this video. See you for the next one.